Posiwi. My goodness, Mobb Guppy, where the Guppy is the Mobb. Posiwi's here. How are you doing? It's been a while. I was thinking of you the other day, saying, where's she been? Where's my friend been? So I hope all is well. Yeah, this weekend was all set up to do stuff. And then I had an emergency at the office. So I had to go in and spent a few hours at work. It's Saturday, payday Saturday, so I have to do my shopping. It's I'm not done with grocery shopping yet. As soon as we're done with our time here, I will go to and I hate going to it, but the neighborhood market with Walmart, because in Joplin Mo you really don't have much of a choice in things. So I'm gonna go there, pick up some stuff, get food ready. I have some food prepped already in the freezer, strong. And then I'll get to stuff with the fish. We got a little rain, so I can't mow the yard yet. You know, it's just all that stuff's going on. So my greetings upon all of you. Yeah, spring cleaning around the house, spring cleaning with the fish, all sorts of stuff going on. And, you know, my days lately have been, this is a busy time of the year at work. So I've been really busy with that, you know, having to do with, normal, someone said buy a house. Best thing you can do. Buy a house. About that. It's a lot of work. I am doing laundry, so life is strong. It's yeah, and don't buy a house. If you can avoid it, it's the best investment you can ever make. Yada yada yada. It's really great in a lot of ways. It's believe me, it comes with strings attached. So I've got to go and let's see, my backyard needs to be done. Yeah, having a home is stress. No question about it. I've often thought of when it becomes retirement time for Uncle Peter, what does Uncle Peter do? I don't know. Part of me thinks I have a buddy of mine who I used to work with years ago, and he made a huge mistake in his life. He became a high-level drug dealer. And he went to jail for a decade. He was gone for 10 years before he got out. Now, he had worked for regular employers and stuff like that. He had stuff in like 401ks and rollovers and stuff like that. So when he got out, he did this. He took some of that money out and he bought a pickup and a fifth wheel. He says it costs him $10 a day to live, so he can have a part-time job. His bills are all paid with his deal. And I'm going, you know what? That ain't that bad of an idea. And he goes, if I really get sick of the place where I'm at, I drive for a few hours, plug in stuff, find out where I'm going, plug in there. He goes, it's really solid. Really solid all the way around. So, yeah, not a bad idea. The problem with it is that you can't have a lot of fish aquariums or any fish aquariums. You can have dogs and cats, but fish aquariums, that's the deal. Your home's paid for, but it's the taxes, the insurance, the upkeep. No, I get it. I get it. My home is relatively new. It's my home's like 11 years old. Uh, there's a couple of things I have to do with it. I have to replace all my blinds and stuff like that. Doug Gray, the man who's captured Bigfoot. You bet I did. Tied him up. And then he said, hey, Bigfoot said, do you want some free beef jerky? I said, well, of course I do. He goes, let me loose. So I did. He tricked me. Bigfoot tricked me. I didn't even get that wonderful stuff. So there you go. So I went to Sam's, loaded my fridge with bottled water, Diet Dr. Pepper. Yeah, that's good. I need to go and pick up a few more things. Finish my meal prep for the next couple of weeks. Life's good. I'm pretty happy with, but I've got to get stuff done around the house. I got to do fish stuff. I've got to get, and it's never ending. No, I have not seen the Diet Strawberries and Cream Dr. Pepper. Is it any good, Doug Gray? I'm in Joplin, Mo. Joplin, Mo has a lot of things going for it. A lot of times those nifty products, not so much. By the way, laundry is running. Sometime during this thing, the buzzer will go. It's been a while since I've done it, but yeah, there we go. I realized I was pulling stuff out. I didn't have any of my, this is like the second to last t-shirt. So I figured, well, I better go and do it. You had the regular version. It's good. Yeah, I haven't seen the regular one yet either. I am enjoying Powerade Zero, which is awesome. Which is awesome. Just showing up in Philly. I stopped by one of your gourmet beer stores today, and there's a Kansas City-based brewery called Boulevard. They make a variety of beers, and they're all very, very good. In fact, I have not had one from them that I haven't liked. And I like stouts. And they have a great stout that has always been here called Whiskey Barrel Stout. Yes, it's made in a whiskey barrel. It's a really, it is a thick beer, which is good. And they have another one called Dark Truth. They haven't had that around since COVID happened, so I asked about it again. All right, so let's see. So the fish, the neat thing about what's going on with the fish is that, everything's going on. The aquarium life is good. I have to order on Amazon today. I'm just about out of my water treatment. I use the API. I don't use the one that's really popular that's so shishi because it just seems to work. You're down to only 6 tanks. You see, there you go. Last week on the thing, Bob Kaler was here. And Bob brought up, about having a snake. And I've never thought of having a snake. I've thought of doing like a bearded dragon, a couple of things like that, but I haven't thought of doing the snake. I went through a period in Posiwi, you being in New Mexico, something I think that's much more likely in New Mexico than in Missouri, the tarantulas. And there's a site. Bob Kaler's on tour with his Elvis tribute show, where the gal comes out dressed like Lisa Marie, and they do that Frank Sinatra, Barbara Sinatra, or Nancy Sinatra thing. Say something silly like "I love you." You had a tarantula when you were 3? Yeah, so I've looked at it. I've looked at the deal, and I'm a single man, and at some point would like perhaps to have another woman in the house. And I think if you have a tarantula in the house, I think there's just a certain percentage of the ladies who could accept having dozens of aquariums, but could not accept one tarantula. So there you go. It's yeah, I've just been so things have been going on. It's been so nice and busy. Lots of stuff going on. Um my it looks like we're having a family wedding, and unfortunately I cannot attend. Here's why. Um I have to have a certain amount of staffing at my office, and I have 2 people out. Yeah, or a snake. Muppet 929. Yeah, I'm all in on spring cleaning. I gotta get it done. Here I am trying to do this every weekend. For those who just joined us, Posiwi knows. If you're here, say hi. We love saying hi to everybody. Um, so I get up this morning, and one of the people at my office reached out and said, uh, went out and said, um, I'm sick. And this is a woman who's worked for my company like 23 years. So, and she does not do this very often. So she apparently got an upset stomach late last night. Okay. So I had to go in for a bit, not long, but she's an important part of my office. So I had to go in. So I was in at 6:30. I left at 9:30. Then, hit Sam's Club. Once I was done with Sam's Club, I got home, threw stuff in the fridge, got my car washed. And as soon as we're done here, I'm going to take Maggie for another nice walk. And then I've got to go grocery shopping. Then spring cleaning starts. And oh, yeah, that'll be about 2 o'clock my time. How much spring cleaning do I get done today? Probably not a lot. So, yeah, good times. Rita, good morning. Good morning indeed. So I should plug in my computer. It's all of a sudden give me the warning that it's about to turn off. So that wouldn't be good for a live stream. Not good for a live stream whatsoever. Yeah, no, I get it. I have a lot of junk to get around done around the house, and I have a feeling I'm doing a staycation I'm going to do a staycation at the end of June, beginning of July, where I am just at home doing junk around the house, getting things organized, and going from there. Melvin! Melvin in the house. My what else is up? I went to yeah, it's just other than that, that's that's pretty much my life. It's just get the shopping done and then do as little as humanly get some stuff. I have to have some chill time and downtime. So there you go. And so Maggie, yeah, I got home, took her for a real long walk, and took her for another one. And she's getting to the point where she'll be hanging out like a live stream. We did that a couple of weeks ago. She just was a little too antsy to get stuff done. So it is what it is. And so that's sort of my life. Um and yeah, so that's it. Let's see, what else do I know? Yeah, let's see. The fish are doing great. I'll tell you what, Vinoski, rocking fish. Yeah, it's the St. Louis Cardinals and Kansas City Royals not doing so well. Thus, Chattanooga Ed isn't around. Where is Chattanooga Ed? It's he's a huge Cardinals fan. Yeah, where is Chewy? It's like the second week in a row I haven't seen Chewy here. Right before I went up, he sent me a link. It's fine. Lurking is strong, Muppet. I do it all the time. Top of my bed is all hooked up with clothes I need to fold. I have towels and then I'll have the t-shirts. I did my sheets yesterday. So I got a clean bed. So everybody here have COVID. How many of you still cannot smell anything? So my back has been killing me. So I'm going to go in and get a chiropractic adjustment or two. I may do this over over a few weeks. Your mom just got COVID? Yeah. I got mine in September. It was really a quick week. It was like 7 days, and then or not even that long. I came down on Sunday. I was back to work on Friday, and my sense of smell has never quite returned. Never quite returned. And because of that, because my sense of smell has never quite returned, I went to someone said, well, if you go to the chiropractor, maybe that'll help. It's so I'm like on month 7, 8? Let's see. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, just about 8. And I still do not smell a thing. I have no idea if my house smells great, smells bad. I have no idea If the food smells good, don't have any idea. Like with milk, I occasionally I have some milk in the fridge. The day's still good on it, but I can't smell whether the milk is good or not. So I just replace it every week because I don't know what to do. Rocking fish, I wouldn't be able to smell it. Yeah, early season baseball, and Melvin, you're bringing something up that's good. Early season baseball, it's I can't even tell you how many times I've gotten into May really excited about my Minnesota Twins. And by the end of June, they're sucking gas. And so you never really know. It's you just never know with your teams. There was a couple of years ago where the St. Louis Cardinals had a real bad start to the season. And and at the All-Star break looked like, yeah, this is just over for them. Well, they ended up winning the division or getting one of the wild card spots and got into the playoffs. So there you go. Let's see here. Yeah, Melvin our Chewy. Oh, Chewy said Chewy works while Mobb does his show. Okay. Thank you very much, Chewy. All right, he's commenting, which is good. Which is good. Yes, Doug. That's apparently the thing. I don't know what, you'll have to ask him. Yeah. No, Melvin, there's some truth to that. Absolutely. It rocking fish, that is a good question. Doug, when you have a funny joke? There's got to be one for us that you've got. By the way, there's a coworker that I have. You've heard about the cuss jar at the office, maybe in your family, whatever. And someone cusses, you have to throw a buck in, and once it's full, you guys like buy hors d'oeuvres or whatever with it. In my office, we started a bad joke jar, and we put in chips for when people tell bad jokes. There's a guy whose jokes are never as good as Doug's terrible ones. So there you go. What do you call a lazy kangaroo, baby? A pouch potato. A pouch potato. It actually isn't bad. So we get to class this up a little bit today. We here in this area of Missouri and Kansas, it is drought time. It is big time drought time. And so there you go. It's this is usually where we're supposed to get lots of rain. Not really. So we got a little rain the other day, just enough to screw around with my backyard, not enough to help my grass or my trees. So to the south of us, to the north of us, they're getting pretty good stuff. Here, not so much. In fact, on the drought map, uh, just to the west of us, just being hammered. Just being hammered. And yeah, severe drought and moderate drought, pretty much my entire area. So that's nice. What would you get if you let a pet rat mop up your kitchen? Get a squeaky clean floor. Squeaky clean floor. That's a good one. It's getting time to say goodbye to the beard. A Mickey mess. Mickey mess. Now, I've noticed with by the way, speaking of a fish fam inflation, I've noticed if you have to buy equipment right now, any type of stuff, the prices have gone up pretty unbelievably. I have also noticed the food, for the most part, has been relatively flat. Does anyone understand that thing? Now, I will say this about fish food. There are so many different sellers who have really good fish food online. It's and that I've purchased from a lot of them. Yeah. Uh, keeps the competition up. But most of our stuff, if you're ordering equipment for your fish tank, it's likely coming from China. And it is, yeah, it's taken a while to get here. It's I ordered some stuff on eBay, and I swear to you, it took a grand total of a month to arrive. Just insane. Yep, I get food from Ken's Fish, New England Endler. I also get it from Your Fish Stuff, which is also really good. I've gotten food from our friends at American Brine Shrimp. Again, really nice food. I've gotten them from all those locations. Pretty happy. Of course, I get Doug Gray's high protein. Now when you order brine shrimp from American Brine Shrimp, the brine shrimp eggs, they always send you a little extra. And so they sent me some spirulina, like fine uh, stuff. So I added it to the Doug Gray food. It's pretty neat. Skunk boshas used to be less than $4. Heard they run about $18 now. Are those are rocking fish? Are those easy to breed in captivity? Or are those being imported from wherever they're from? I'm not sure about that. Let me hit the Google on that, and eat a high protein diet. Thailand, yeah. Again, it's just depends where you're getting these things in. Yeah, the price for fish food much better in groceries. I have to go in. I go and I purchase. One of the things I always have in my house, constantly. Some people don't. I always have eggs, and the price of eggs. There is getting an 18 pack, like beer, but eggs. It was about the same price as an 18 pack of good cheaply good beer. It's like $9 at some point. And yeah. And yeah. Yeah, pretty strong. Excellent New England Endler. Yeah. I'm almost at the point where my dog acts like an adult, which is nice. So I have not done the garden thing in my backyard. I have to do a raised garden. But I like doing the cucumbers, the zucchini. Zucchinis are strong. It's it's I think it's a little warm in Joplin Mo to do rhubarb. I love rhubarb. Yeah. It's I like broccoli, I like cauliflower. Bell pepper. Yeah, strong. I think that may be my phone is going off and I have a feeling it's our boy Chewy. So let's find this out. And I'll read to you what he's saying. Do, 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 do. Yep, Chewy. All right, Doug. Let's answer some questions for you. Works at a volunteer society that puts on concerts in Calgary, live music. And nice. So he's involved with music stuff. So there you go. So Chewy, yeah, so Chewy wants you guys to know that, and I know it now. So they're Doug Ray. He thought he worked at a go-go bar as security. And as it should be. How many of you guys and gals in your states have legalized sports gaming? I'm just curious. We do not in Missouri. Kansas, which I'm 10 minutes away from Kansas, they don't, or they do. I have not made one run. I am not necessarily against sports gaming. I just haven't done it. You know, one of those guys in the security sitting in the corner, giving everybody a mean mug. Yeah. I can mean mug it. They do that at the casinos. Yeah, it's Doug. Um, there are certain things to bet on. Just happened in Ohio this year. Um, I was talking. One of my neighbors drives to Kansas all the time. This is during the NCAA tournament. He goes, I did a 9-game parlay. I've won 8 in a row. I've got one game tonight. It's Baylor and Creighton. I said, you take Creighton? And he goes, no, I took Baylor. And I said, oh. And so I kind of felt bad that I was right. Yeah, I think the deal is with sports gaming is that, there are people that are way over the top on it. If you're like hanging out with the crew, you put $2 down on a game that you're watching, do minimum type stuff. It's just it's a nice way to go out and enjoy the time. But if you're somebody who's throwing in a ton of dough here and there, not so good. Not so good. And yeah, I do not need to make a bet on something to watch it and enjoy it. Watching a football game or an NBA game, or I really don't know how you bet baseball. It just, it's, some of these exotic bets are so nuts. Makes very little sense to me. Chief Quenby is the new Inspector Gadget. You see, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. And let's see, NFL draft stuff. I love NFL and stuff like that. It's you have to be rate. Yeah, Rocking Fish, I do. And we'll figure that, we'll get that all worked out at some point here. I'm hoping during my summer stay-at-home stuff, I'll be able to switch a lot of my fish stuff around, which really I've wanted to do for over a year. So my staycation is a lot of stuff's going to be on fish. I have a room ready to go. I've just been too doggone busy, and I've got to set it up and get everything set up. Then I got to move stuff in. I'm all in on that. Eventually, I'll do these live streams from the fish room, and I will do that, as we get going and get closer. Yeah, I will, I'll do that. And I think our buddy Chewy, let me go and read to you what Chewy is sending to me, because I guarantee you my phone is going off, and I'm gonna open up the Mobb Guppy page where he's been sending me notes, which you can like, by the way, on Facebook. So it's Chattanooga Ed was not feeling well. He was talking to you about talking to Chewy about Blue Oyster Cult. And Chewy says he may have a few friends that watch me. Okay, that's great. Now I did this experiment. I bought the next level down brine shrimp eggs. I bought the next level down. And next time, in fact, I need to make that order here in the next week or so. I'm going back to the premium, the highest end one. It's the hatch rate just is, you go from the 90 to 95% and go from the 80 to 85%. The difference there is stark. It is big. So the more baby brine shrimp, it is definitely worth the extra, $5-10. It really is. By the way, any moment now, you could hear the buzz of the dryer. Anytime now. I think I did it for like 60 minutes about 50 minutes ago, maybe a little over 50 minutes ago. So really anytime. It's in fact, Blue Oyster Cult is coming here to one of our local casinos. Let's see, which one are they going to? And it's either Kansas Crossing Casino or Indigo Sky Casino. Let me find that out. Looking at their well, it must be the other one, because they have Three Dog Night coming. And so that's strong. So let me see if it's that Indigo Sky, or maybe it's Buffalo Run, which I have never been to. Let's see. Here's the upcoming at Buffalo Run Casino. Never been to that one, but I heard or I saw an ad for it. Oh yeah, Buffalo Run Casino. Yeah, Blue Oyster Cult coming May 26th, Friday night. Doors open at 7, show at 8. And that's in Miami, Oklahoma. Now you may say, well, that's reads like Miami. Yeah, it's actually they pronounce it Miami. And I think it's because there's a Native American tribe, and I think that is where they get the name from, Miami. And they have a presence in my area. So yeah. Oh, Rico Stan had to inform our man uh Chattanooga Ed on that. Three Dog Night? Yeah, I think so. I who knows? It's let's in these groups, there are some states that have rules that you have to have at least one original member. So it's yeah, they have one original member still with them. Danny Hutton is their original singer, and he took I think 6 years out, and yeah, when you just have the singer, you're usually pretty good. Was he the lead singer? I don't know. He's 80 years old. 80. God bless him. And yeah, every member of Three Dog Night is 80 former members. So there you go. Yeah, the deal is that and and I people need to make a living, and I'm all in favor of that. But at some point here, you're 80. It's it's not a bad idea to retire. But the deal is with a lot of those groups from the 60s, organized crime was such a big part of it that they were unable to get stuff done. Yeah, so these groups that go out. I'm now speaking of Blue Oyster Cult. How they're let's see here. Looks like they have a couple of looks like, well, no, here's a guy who here we go. And one of the original members, he's 75 of Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah, and there's another member of Blue Oyster Cult, one of the originals. He's 78. Yep. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne's done a lot. Yes, and Doug, they are beginning to fear the Reaper. Yeah. Yeah, except I think this is it for Ozzy. I don't think he's getting back on stage. I don't think that's in the cards. You know, it's there was an article, I don't know, a few years ago. It went through a list of rock stars, big, well-known guys that are still, could sell out anywhere, that are all between the ages of 70 and 80. And obviously the easiest one to come up is, of course, the Rolling Stones, where you have Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. Yeah. So there you go. Up, Chewy is let's see here. And so I heard from our buddy Vinay, Color Guppies, a couple of weeks ago, and then silence. I texted him back. How are you, buddy? Question. I have not heard back from him, but I'm waiting on it. Our buddy Color Guppies, Vinay, I am waiting for his triumphant return. And I look forward to it very much. Yeah, these guys, again, it's I was at a fundraiser, and this has got to be nearly 20 years ago, because I was a newlywed, where they brought in for a fundraiser so and so's platters. And there was like two rival groups of the platters, and neither of them had an original member. So I don't know how they were able to do this, because and they got up and did all those things, all those deals. And there's like a page of several paragraphs of the lawsuit over the use of the term platters. So apparently, they were suing all over the place. Yeah, I don't quite get that, but who am I? Who am I? So yeah, what else is up, gang? I don't know, just been busy. I'm going to go through my second feeding of the day. My normal first feeding is mid morning, even though I get up really early. I don't usually feed my fish till like around 10 or so. Then I'll feed them here in a little bit, and then give them the heavy baby brine shrimp feeding. About probably about a half hour before bedtime, and so they have that going through their little bodies, their little wonderful fish bodies. It The one thing I have not done, and I probably need to go and do this. I have no fish up, have not had fish up lately on Aquabid, and I really sort of need to get that going because I have fish to move. I have fish to sling. I have 14 up, Rita, and I have another about 18 to put up that I just haven't gotten up. And I'm going to order some. I That's why I need this week off that I'll be doing this summer, and I'll get a bunch of them up. And then I will be ordering some fish. I want to do some fish from Asia. I want to get purples, American purples in my room, which I don't have. I love purples. I have rocking fish. Doug Ray, who's here, has a couple of varieties of red guppies. I have not worked with quote unquote red magentas. I have basically a cross I did with roebuck reds and swordtails that I call California Reds. You can check it on my deal. The goal is to get a completely red swordtail, and I'm getting there. And so I am in this generation beginning to get double swords. I need to do a video on it, but I need to move some stuff around, and I'll get that up. And yeah, it's but Doug Gray has he has gold bodied and gray bodied reds, which are very cool. Lots of fry, no colors showing yet. Yeah, it's mine are very predictive. I have the swordtails come out in a variety of colors. But the red, the California Reds, yeah, it's red. I need to do a little bit better on the Delta tails, but hey, life goes on. Life is good. Life is good all the way around. All right, gang, I've been here about an hour. I got to get a few more things done. Thank you so much for being here today. And you have a great. Oh, you have some of Doug's Luke Roebuck Reds. You see, there you go. Yeah, Rocking Fish, take a look at the California Reds. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Siwi, and thank you, Muppet and Doug and everyone here. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next weekend. Ooh, the buzz.